You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we're going to talk about the Team USA snub of Caitlin Clark and a couple of different ESPN personalities, one of them being, I guess you would say, the biggest, in Stephen A. Smith coming out and just crushing Dawn Staley over her comments involving Caitlin Clark's absence on Team USA. Now, I don't know about you guys. I haven't watched 1 second of Team USA play. The women's are the men, but we're talking about the women's right now, and I said the moment they left Caitlin Clark off the team, I wasn't interested. And the other person we're going to talk about is ESPN's Seth Greenberg. He's a basketball analyst, and he just come out and says he's got no interest in this team without Caitlin Clark. One of the reasons is they're a good team, and they're going to win gold. So what's the hook to get anybody to step in and actually watch? You know, I mean, it's the same thing as the WNBA has experienced all these years. All right, they're getting these big ratings because of Caitlin Clark games, right? I have not watched a single second of any other game this year unless she is playing. All right, it just is what it is. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in following her career. Now, Dawn Staley came out the other day and said, well, if she was playing like she's playing now, she would have gotten much stronger consideration for the team. I mean, put a clown wig right on the South Carolina coach. Just put one on there and give her a red nose while you're at it. Because it's absurd. Number one, all-time leading scorer in NCAA history. You didn't take that into account. Number two, at the exact time of the snub, because trust me, we looked, she had better numbers than Diana Taurasi had, who's 42 years old. Well, this is not supposed to be some lifetime achievement award. This is Team USA, the Olympics. And yeah, since the snub, Caitlin Clark's been on a nonstop tear. But as we've seen the last couple of days, some statistics have come out involving this situation, including attendance. And Stephen A. Smith has smacked Dawn Staley in the face, right? Because of her commentary on the situation. In fact, Stephen A., believe it or not, believes Angel Reese ought to be on the roster. Well, I don't know about that, but okay. And we definitely believe that Caitlin Clark ought to be on there. This attendance issue sparked criticism from NBA analyst Stephen A. Smith, who questioned the selection of the committee's decision to not include Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on the roster. During his talk show, Smith pointed out that the game against Japan had the lowest attendance among the initial women's basketball games, suggesting that the inclusion of popular players like Clark and Reese could have attracted more fans. He emphasized that Caitlin Clark has been instrumental in boosting interest in women's basketball, both during her college career with the Iowa Hawkeyes and now the WNBA. Well, look, I did a video yesterday, 12 years ago. The Women's USA basketball team pulled an 11 million viewership rating. Well, that game they played two days ago drew 3 million people. People are not tuning in. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's people not tuning in specifically in protest that Caitlin Clark's not on this team. They're not going to reward you with viewers. Smith argued that these players are not skilled athletes, not just skilled athletes, but also draw significant viewership, which could have helped fill the arena. He presented data showing the substantial audiences that Clark attracts, reinforcing his point that star players play a crucial role in bringing fans to games. Absolutely. There's a reason why people get furious if they show up to an NBA game, they pay all that money and find out that some star is sitting because of load management. Fans hate that crap. Seriously. Team USA's win over Japan only drew 13,040 fans, which was the lowest attended game among the opening 6 matchups in group play. Serbia versus Puerto Rico game was the second worst at 15,324. 4 of the 6 opening games drew 20,000 fans. This had some observers wondering if the presence of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese would have the stands packed for Team USA. What do you think? Of course. Not only did this year's WNBA All-Star Game set a record with 3.4 million viewers, an increase of 300% from 2023, but the top 12 WNBA broadcasts this season are all Indiana Fever games. On top of that, Fever led the WNBA in attendance at over 16,000 fans per game, over 4,000 more than the next closest team. Stephen A. Smith is right. We've been very critical about the fact that she's been left off the team. If I'm the WNBA, because there was a lot of connective tissue between the committee and the WNBA. I mean, Adam Silver voiced the fact that he wasn't pleased. You had the 2028, one of the committee members for the LA games coming out and saying, seemed like a big miss to them to not put her on the team. And it's hard to fathom that it's anything less than the jealousy and the hatred among Asia Wilson, Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, and the head coach, Cheryl Reeve. Let's be honest. And now we've got another ESPN analyst, Seth Greenberg. He's coming out and saying he's a basketball junkie. He's a former college basketball coach. And he's not watching this crap. He's not. Quote, I haven't watched 1 second of the women's basketball team, and I probably would have watched if Caitlin Clark was playing. Greenberg said during an appearance on Outkicks Don't At Me with Dan Dockage on Wednesday. During watching some other Olympic activity this week, they clipped to the game against Japan, and some 5'2" player was guarding someone who was a good player. It was uninteresting, to be honest with you. No disrespect, it just wasn't interesting. It didn't grab me. Watching women's gymnastics grabs you. Watching beach volleyball grabs you. I like beach volleyball, by the way. And if Clark played, I probably would have watched just to see what kind of pass she would throw or shoot a logo 3. That's the exact point we've been trying to make. When you're dealing with a talent like Caitlin Clark, people tune in to find out what happens next in this young lady's career. They're tuning in solely to root for her and find out, is she going to do something crazy? Is she going to have, she going to have 19 rebounds in a Team USA game, or 19 assists in a Team USA game? Is she going to go out there and is she randomly going to, nail down 7 threes in a row? Or just something absurd? That's why you tune in. That's why you tuned in to Michael Jordan. What is Jordan going to do next? Magic and Larry, what are they going to do next? It's the same thing with Caitlin Clark. Man, and they're trying to grow this sport, and the WNBA wants to grow. They just got this media rights deal. Come on. She should have been on the team. Plain and simple. Wow, tell me what you think. A lot of people admitting, man, the ratings reflect it. They're not watching. Why? Caitlin Clark is not on the team. Man, when you got people from ESPN just coming out and saying, I ain't watching it, what does that tell you? Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.